The Spiritual Nosegay, gathering graces in a busy life. A graceful practice for a busy world. Today, I want to share with you a beautiful and practical spiritual tool from St. Francis de Sales, the Spiritual Nosegay. It's an image full of charm and wisdom, a way to carry the scent of prayer throughout our daily lives. In our noisy, restless world, the spiritual nosegay is like a fresh bouquet of grace, one that keeps us close to God even in the busyness of life. The first point, what is a spiritual nosegay? First of all, the metaphor of flowers. St. Francis de Sales used the image of gathering flowers, fragrant, colorful and lovely, to describe collecting spiritual insights and inspirations during our prayer or meditation. These little flowers form our spiritual nosegay, which we carry in our hearts throughout the day. Secondly, a connection beyond the moment. Why do we gather this nosegay? Because we don't want our prayer to stay in the chapel or our meditation journal. We want it to walk with us into our meetings, our chorus, and our conversations. It keeps part of our soul centered on God. Second point, Salation Spirituality, simple, loving, and real. First of all, spirituality of the heart. Salesian spirituality is profoundly practical. It focuses on the heart, loving God and sharing that love with others, especially the weak, the forgotten, the young. Secondly, contemplative and active. It's not about leaving the world behind, it's about finding God right in the middle of it. Whether you are cooking, cleaning, working, or traveling, your heart can remain quietly united with God. Thirdly, holiness is for everyone. This is one of the most refreshing aspects of St. Francis de Sales' teaching. You don't have to be a monk or nun to be holy. You just have to be willing to love God in your everyday life. And the spiritual nosegay helps us do exactly that. The third point, how to gather a spiritual nosegay. First of all, start with stillness. First, find a moment of quiet. Even 2 minutes of silence, deep breathing, or sitting still can help your spirit settle. This inner stillness is the soil where grace can grow. Secondly, enter God's presence. Gently turn your heart toward God. A small prayer, a line from the scripture, or simply saying, Lord, I am here, can open the door. Thirdly, meditate and listen. Now, reflect on a passage, a spiritual idea, or an image. Don't rush. Let something speak to your heart. Fourthly, pick the flowers. As thoughts come, gently collect 1 or 2 insights. A sentence, a word, an image. These are your flowers, chosen not with the mind alone, but with the heart. Fifthly, arrange them. Bring these inspirations together into one meaningful theme. Perhaps today it's peace, or patience, or trust. This theme will guide you for the rest of your day. Fifthly, offer it up, top off. Before you finish, do a quick top off. Thanksgiving, thank God for this grace. Offering, offer your day in light of this theme. Petition, ask God to help you live it out. The fourth point for our reflection today is living with the nosegay during the day. First of all, keep the fragrance alive. Throughout the day, take a moment to smell your spiritual bouquet. Recall the image or words you chose. Let it calm you. Let it inspire you. Secondly, let it shape your actions. Try to bring the spirit of your Nuske into your interactions. If your theme was gentleness, let your words reflect that. If it was hope, bring hope where you go. Thirdly, use aspirations. St. Francis de Sales loved little prayers like, Jesus, I trust in you, or Your will be done. Whisper them silently during the day. They keep you tethered to God. The fifth point for our reflection today is real life examples. First of all, patience in stress. When dealing with stress or irritation, carry a phrase like perfect patience in stress. When dealing with stress or irritation, carry a phrase like perfect patience brings peace to the soul. Say it slowly. Let it shape your reactions. Secondly, simplicity in a crowded day. Feeling overwhelmed? Picture St. Francis de Sales moving through his busy day calmly, his heart resting in God. That image is your flower, your Nuske. Thirdly, forgiveness in relationships. Struggling to forgive? Hold this line in your heart. To bear with the faults of another is a mark of holy love. Let that soften you. Let it guide your response. The sixth point, what are the benefits? First of all, a sense of God's presence. The Nuske reminds us that God isn't only in church. He is in our kitchen, our office, our classroom. We begin to see Him everywhere. Secondly, inner peace. Even when life is chaotic, this small practice gives us an anchor, a peaceful center. We are less likely to react, more likely to respond with grace. Thirdly, growth in virtue. Each Nuske can help us grow in patience, kindness, humility, or courage. Slowly, over time, these spiritual flowers bloom into virtue. Fourthly, daily life becomes sacred and prayerful. Imagine living each day with your actions as an extension of your morning prayer. That's what the spiritual Nuske does. It turns our ordinary day into sacred time. The seventh point, a final encouragement. Gather your flowers. The spiritual Nuske is simple, but it's powerful. St. Francis de Sales gave us a practice we can all do. Whether we are novices or superiors, teachers or parents, busy or burdened, all it takes is a moment of pause, a flicker of attention, and a heart that longs for God. Let us become skilled in this art of gathering graces. Let us carry with us the beauty of prayer, not only in the chapel, but in the market, in the school, in the kitchen, and on the road. Let us, as St. Francis de Sales says, live Jesus by collecting and carrying His fragrance into the world.